Rosemary, how are you enjoying NEHA?
Oh my God, it's exciting.
Rosemary is the manager of the Elements blog. She is a highly experienced environmental health professional with many years of experience. And tell us about your background.
My background I acquired when I joined the forces. And initially I was put into electronic, and I wasn't very good. So I moved into the medical field, which I found it suits me. And after a while, I was allowed to remaster and change.
Remaster?
Remaster, yeah. It's a kind of military expression.
Oh, okay.
And what you do is you have a basic course, like I had the medical assistant course, and then I changed to something more professional, and I became a preventive medicine technician.
Now, you're from Canada, so the Canadian Forces.
Canadian Forces, yeah.
Which part of the forces?
I was in Air Force.
In the Air Force?
Yeah.
And that's where you got your basic training and all of that?
Yeah.
And so you joined Health Space a few years ago?
Actually, I joined Health Space about 5 years ago.
That's a few.
Oh, okay. Well, a few. I thought it was 2.
Well, the theme of this conference is defining the role of the environmental health professional, the evolution of the health professional, and there's so many things going on in the marketplace today that impact the work that you and your colleagues do. What's your perception of that? Over the last couple of years, what have been the big changes that you've seen?
The big changes compared to when I started is that I find that everything is more sophisticated, in the sense that when we have disease, they're more harder to define, more sophisticated, and then when we have especially with climate change, we have a lot of issues that are coming in the foreground that before never existed.
Never had to deal with before?
No, because if you look at the weather pattern, one instance where you have maybe a vector population that tends to be in a more southerly geographical area that is going to move up north because it's warmer.
So the job is constantly changing.
Yes, and that's what is interesting is the change that you see. But with Elements, one thing that we found is that people are very isolated in their Department of Health, and sometimes they come face to face with things that are really quite special. Like the gentleman we talked to, he has issues with plague, and a lot of people will say plague. My God, it was in a medieval disease.
We're still dealing with plague.
Yeah, we're still dealing with the plague. And okay, so if we have an issue with the plague, is it going to flare up elsewhere, or not north and things like that? So it's forever changing, forever moving.
So it's a good segue into, as you mentioned, into the Elements blog, which you're managing, and you do a lot of the writing for the blog.
Yes, I do.
And it's really a place where environmental professionals and environmental health professionals can voice their opinions, their concerns, and get information and community there. So what are the plans for Elements in the future? It just started last year. We got it going.
It's going to follow the wave or the tendencies that are going to be coming up in the future, and
keep people informed.
And the main point is that they talk to one another. They're not isolated anymore in their corner. We have to be sharing the information, and the information is everywhere. It's around the world.
And you mentioned you're reaching out across the world.
Yes, it's interesting. Yeah.
Give us an example of that.
Well, I have a subscriber that is actually from Australia, and this week I had a subscriber from Great Britain. So. And even we send, because every month we send a kind of an email letter to tell the subscriber what has been posted during the previous month.
So it's the blog, it's also the monthly newsletter, and we're doing these interviews and going to use video as a very important part of the medium. And so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good.
How do you like Atlanta?
Oh my God,
Went shopping today?
Went shopping, but one thing that I was glad is although it was really, really steaming hot, there was a nice breeze that came through.
Well, thanks for talking to us, and we're going to post this up on the Elements site, and so people will know who Rosemary is. And this is the gal, everybody, that's kind of managing the site. Thanks, Rosemary.
Okay, thank you.